like to talk again. Yes. Still, I hear. So careful, okay? Absolute silence. No hissing sound also, okay? Fine. Okay, so let's begin this lecture, which is programming language. Okay. So I think in the and in the previous lectures we have seen for them what is flowchart, what is pseudocode. Nearly everything is very closer to this programming language. So ultimately, the instructions that you are supposed to give is through the programming language. Okay, using the programming language, you develop a program, and the program makes a computer to do certain sort of, right? So all those things have brought us closer to this programming language. So now it's time to understand what is a programming language and how the programming language has evolved over the time. Okay. So programming languages just contains a set of symbols and rules. So these symbols and rules, they define something called as program. So that program instructs a computer to do a specific task. So whenever you write a program, the programmer writes a program, he has to follow all the rules. Okay. So I ask you to write a poem. Okay. I have to write a poem. The poem has to be beautifully crafted, right? Then only we call this the poem. So, likewise, the program also has to be crafted in a way so that there is not be any mistakes, there should not be any confusions, right? So whatever it is trying to say, that has to be conveyed in the program. Okay. So every user actually, they can communicate with the computer through the programming language. Okay, through the programming language, we write program. Okay, you should know what is programming language. Yes. Programming languages. Programming language is artificial language. Through that language, we write poems. I mean what? Poem programs. Okay. I meant it. Fine. So whoever wants to communicate with the computer, they have to write a program. Yes, sir. So you have a speaker attached to your laptop. You have a song in your pen drive. So who plays the song? The speaker is doing it, but what is actually making the speaker to play the song? Windows Media Player or VLC Player? That is a piece of software, right? Yes, sir. So that is a program, right? So that program facilitates the music playing, right? So we are able to hear sound from the music from the speaker, right? So that particular software does that work. So there are some basic types of programming languages. So machine language, assembly language, and high-level language. Okay. So this machine language, once again, machine language, assembly language, and high-level. So machine language, they are just words or numbers. Okay, predominantly 0, 5 zeros and 1, these zeros and ones can be used to indicate the flow of signals, right? So there is a signal flowing in the circuit, or current flow to the circuit, we can call it as 1. We can indicate it by 1. There is no current flow, we can indicate it by what? 0. So that 0 and 1, they can encode that thing. And we see the natural ones, right? Computer is basically electronic device. Every component is electronics, right? So this electronics contains this right to the circuit, right? So different instructions can be given to a machine to the combinations of zeros and ones. Okay. So in early computers, 1940s and 50s, I shown you a picture, right? How large a computer will be. So what is the early technology they used to construct a computer? What's the technology they used? What's the taking on? Exactly. It is patterns, right? Only electrical signals. Turning on and on signals has contributed zeros and ones, right? They indicate zeros and ones. So by making different combinations of zeros and ones, they represent different instruction, different numbers. Okay. So what is the code that I've given on the right hand side? Have you seen it before? Morse. Exactly, Morse code, right? So early Muslim people know what I think. You see, early Telegram also. They really use this Morse code. You know, see, communication, right? So just some symbolic way of communication. Okay. That earlier information to in the time. Okay. And then addition advantage. Level we should understand convert anything. So that runs on the machine. So that's the main advantage. Okay, translation free. That's the one key thing in the number. There is no need to translate. Everything runs on the machine. So directly, whatever the machine understands, that language we are writing. So translation free. The speed is also high because there is no translation. So what happens? The time is consumed in the absence of translation. So speed, of course, is achieved through that. And the disadvantage. What's the disadvantage? Exactly. So whatever happens, okay, during the execution. So if there is any problem occurs, then it is really difficult for us to understand where actually the problem is in the program. Okay, so understanding is quite difficult. Okay, and often it's time consuming also because everything you have to convert into zeros and ones. That's totally very time. Okay, that's why they went on and researching and producing the high level languages and mnemonics and all. Okay, we'll see. And some more problems also there. Machines, every machine is not of same type. Different, they have different design. So we have to write instruction uh, for different machines. Okay, so whichever machine we are working, corresponding to the machine, we have to rewrite the instructions. So that's a problem on the earlier machines. Okay, so the developer has to understand the machines. Right. See, but every 60 member, I mean, every person in the class speaks different languages, and what I should do? Huh? And I should learn 60 different languages. Yes, or no? That's what happened earlier. So there are different machines, different architectures. So a programmer understand the architecture and he has to write the instruction. So really pattern, right? I do something called assembly language is also a low level language, but it improved the life of programmer a bit. Okay, because instead of zeros and ones, there's some mnemonics, some symbols, okay, to represent the operations, okay, and for storing the values and all, they used the symbols, okay. So like for adding two numbers, we use the symbol add. For moving a value to, I mean, for variable initialization, we use the keyword move, okay. So like that's how anyhow this is also carried out in a very low level environment. So the left side you can see the assembly level instructions. Okay, still this sometimes are finished, right? This is also like somewhat that we need to this one. Somewhat better than this one, right? Instead of writing this way, so writing in this way is somewhat good, right? What we people do? Hey, yes or no? Yes. Somebody will be sleepy. Just be genuine. You don't have to be. You don't have to be genuine, please. I do understand, right? Just raise your hand. Let me see how many people. Great. See? Yes. Say, great. What away. Name the people. Yeah, okay. Sorry, let me ask you. Yeah. Okay. Fine. So we will do something. Okay. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Starting from school. Come on. Come. Okay. Guru, yeah. I don't see. Look, that. No, I won't leave you. Okay. Well. Come over. Come. Well. I saw you also, right? You also, yeah. You also. Yeah. Great. Yeah, great.
Mahalakshmi.
Okay. I think what is name? Fish. Actively being start at the okay. Yes. Okay, okay. So you just see in the corners. Okay, you guys come. Come on, guys, come. Let's say red, green, blue. Okay? Red, green, blue. the base okay? Ready? Red அடிக்கும் போது பவர் போடும் நல்லா ஸ்பேஸ் விட்டுக்கோங்க சும்மா பிரச்சனை ரெட் இருக்கும் போது பவர் போடும் ஓகே கிரீன் இருக்கும் போது பேக் வரும் சரியா எல்லோ இருக்கும் போது அங்க பேக் போடணும் ஓகே ரெட் கிரீன் எல்லோ ரெட் கிரீன் எல்லோ சரியா ரெட் இருக்கும் போது பவர் போடும் கிரீன் இருக்கும் போது பேக் வரும் red forward green backward yellow towards the right. Okay, ready guys, red green yellow red green red green you have to follow guys. Ready? Everyone ready? Yeah. Yes. Red, green, yellow, red, green, yellow, green. Okay, fine. Okay, sometimes always don't have that restricted mind, okay? So think everything in a sportive way, okay? So think this as a family. First of all, have that mindset. Okay? So think this as a family. So when you look this as a family, I'm also suffering, okay, along with you without time. Okay? I am also suffering. I didn't do anything. I'm just doing my job. but still I'm suffering, okay? So don't think I'm just enjoying, you guys are suffering. I'm also suffering. Okay? I'm handling the job and shouting, but sitting and then enjoying the sitting, right? Okay, guys, shall we continue? Yes? Right. So comparing to this particular values, zeros and ones, this is somewhat better, right? Yes? Yes or no? Till you feel sleepy. Yes? Okay. If you feel sleepy, there's one more exercise. I have in mind. Yeah? No. Okay, guys. Sit. Going. Comparing to that, this is somewhat easy to understand and easy to locate and correct it. Because somewhat it looks like plain English, right? Not plain English, but some meaningful terms here and there we can see, right? STR means STR indicates train. Okay, nice guess, but here they mean store. Okay, MOV, move. So somewhat we can guess, right? Some comfort were given in this assembly level language. So this assembler, what it does now, it converted that particular symbols into zeros and ones. Now I don't have to do that. I can write it in one form. Assembler will do the rest of the thing. It will convert it into a machine language. Anyhow, we have to provide the instruction in machine language that assembler will take care. Okay. Disadvantage. Again, this is also mission dependent. Okay. So architecture to architecture, it will be different. So if I'm programming it for one machine, then I have to again rewrite it to the other machine. So portability is somewhat not comfortable here and hard to learn. Why? Because mission to mission it differs. So the programmer should also have the hardware knowledge, right? Nowadays, it's separated in many ways: front end, back end, middleware. So many comforts were given to programmers. At that time, programmers, they don't have any choice. They lived a hell of a life. Now you should be really happy you are having a comfortable life, right? Now AI is writing a program for you, yes or no? But don't use that, okay? It'll spoil. Okay, shall I move? High level language. So this high level language, 50s itself, it started around some Fortran, Pascal, they started. So this high level language, they contain mainly English words and symbols, okay? And there are some rules, syntaxes, everything were there. And some program like interpreter and compiler, they will do the conversion process. Okay, you just write it in a language. The interpreter or compiler will translate it to the machine readable form. Okay. So this is what translator software will do. It takes a statement and converts it into zeros and ones. We can comfortably write it in our high level language. So the translator will convert it into zeros and ones. Okay. So compiler and interpreter. So these two programs are responsible for converting a program to machine readable binary code. Okay, zeros and ones, we call it as binary language or binary codes. Okay, binary language or machine language, binary code. All these mean only one thing. Okay, so compiler, this program, what it will do now, like that little guy, it will collect the program, looks for the problem in the program. Okay, collects the problem and then throw the problem together outside. Am I making sense to you? The compiler gets the program, looks for the problem in the program. Okay, there is no problem. It returns a object code. Okay, or machine readable code. That machine readable code will be executed. That's what compiler will do. Compiler will just only convert. Okay, but how the conversion happens together, the entire program together, it will be converted to a machine code. Okay, if there are any error, at the last only you'll be able to see. Immediately we can't see. Once compiling all the 1,000 lines of code only, we can see the error in the program, even though there is a single error. Okay. On the other hand, the interpreter, it converts the statement or the instruction line by line. One by one, it converts it into the machine readable form. Okay. If there is an error, it won't go to the next line. It reports the error and stops there itself. Okay. If you are modifying the fifth line, just converting the fifth line is sufficient. You don't need to convert the entire program. Okay. Interpreter, what it will do now, it just converts and executes directly. Okay. Clear? So advantage with the high level programming language. So readability, that's far a very good thing. In Python, we can write statements. It looks like plain English. Okay, in such a way we can write the programs. Okay. So print, if I ask you to write a program, print hello world. What's the program? If I ask you to write a program to print hello world, the program itself is print hello world. That's all. But in Java, yes, yeah, Java, we have to write some 5 or 6 lines, right? In C++, we have to write few more lines. But in Python, just only 1 line. So this readability applies much to Python. Okay, and machine independent. So if you write program for one particular machine, you can run it in any machines. You can run in Linux, you can run in Mac, you can run it in any environment. Okay, and debugging is also somewhat easy. If there is any problem, we can easily identify the problem. Okay, if we know the programming language, we can easily identify the problem. Okay, and disadvantage, less efficient. So the translation process increases the execution time. That's what is the advantage of the machine level language, right? In machine language, there is no translation. So the execution time was fast. But in high level language, yes, translation. Someone is translating for us. If I want you to, if I'm talking to you, okay, you don't know English. So let's say there is another person, he is helping you out, right? So that will take some time now. நான் சொல்றது அவன் கேட்டு அவன் வந்து உங்களுக்கு தகுந்த மாதிரி அதை மாத்தி சொல்லி அந்த டைம் ஆகும் இல்லையா அந்த டிரான்ஸ்லேஷன் டைம் தான் high level language இருக்கக்கூடிய ஒரு சின்ன drawback. Okay. And also they take lot many memory. Okay. And the time also is like what I told will be somewhat greater. But apart from by considering the comfort we have in high level language, these are all not much issue, but we have to understand. Okay. And the programming language is classified into some 4 types basically. One is interpreted, compiled, scripting, and markup language. In interpreted language is just what we saw, right? So all the instructions they execute directly without a compilation step. Okay. In compiled language, there is something I'll tell. Okay. So directly it translates and executes also. Okay. There is no intermediate step. So Python and Pascal, these are the 2 programming language examples for interpreted programming language. Okay. Sometimes we can even call the already compiled or already translated codes. Okay. In terms of interpreted programs. Okay. Compiled programming language. So this language, I told you, entire program it translates, okay, and it translates to an intermediate form. It called as object code. Yeah, machine readable code. That machine readable code will be executed. Where? Okay, converts into object code. That object code will be executed. But in interpreter, directly the code will be executed. Okay. So C, C++, C#, Java, all these are compiled programming languages. So there is something called a scripting language. The scripting languages are very micro. They have very simple tasks. They don't need any much of the resources. Let's take JavaScript and all. They run in your browser. They don't need much environment to execute. Okay, fine. And they are often independent of other application. They don't need any other dependencies and all. Okay. So Apple script, VB script, they are the examples of scripting language. Next is markup language. So markup language is also another kind of language, but nowadays they don't take markup as a language. Okay. So HTML, XML, they are all markup language. They just convey, they just tell how information has to be displayed on the browser. That's all markup language will do. Okay. How information has to be displayed on the browser. How information has to be appeared. That's what happens. The markup language will do. Okay. Next is question time. That's all I think with this programming language. Any clarification you have? Yes? No? So now question time. We have sufficient time. So in the morning class, you learned your lesson. Don't waste the time, right? Yes. Now, column by column, I need some volunteers. I won't call numbers. Volunteers. Calling number is easy for me, but I need volunteers. Your bus starts at 5:15 or 5:10, right? Sometimes 5 o'clock your bus leaves, right? In hostel, your snacks will go off in 5:10 or 5:15, right? The outside bus will also be leaving in some time, right? Okay. Participants won't wait. Okay. No chance for you. I already told. Some new faces. I need some new faces. No, mother also told, right? I saw you also telling the answer. The quiz. No? Good. Okay. So ready? Rest of you keep quiet, okay? Or I will shut the doors, okay? Rest of you. Okay? What's the pictorial representation of this? Zip, okay? Right. 5 more minutes is there. Oh, sorry. Symbols. Two. I think 2 answers is there. Rules. Symbols and rules. Good. Very good, man. Nice. Well, Mithun, right? Mithun, right? Yes. Good, Mithun. Next volunteer. Okay. So third column. Okay. Did I saw you in the morning? Morning you were sitting in this side, right? Okay. Fine. See, all these volunteers are doing what? They are saving the class, okay? Volunteers saving the class. So you also need to be a volunteer. You should also save them at some point of time. Okay? Great. Sure. Good. Very good. Thank you. Next one. See, Anisha, right? Great. My memory is getting good. Okay, next. Guys, keep quiet, okay? I won't leave. Keep quiet. Guys, I need absolute silence. Keep quiet. Okay, great. So the clue helped you or you remembered? Remembered. Okay, great. Thank you. Nice clap, Anisha. Okay. So I forgot. In the Yar Sole, no? Okay. Fine. Yar அடுத்தது? Guys, okay. நல்லா ஞாபகத்துல வச்சுக்கோங்க. இன்னைக்கு பதில் சொன்னவங்க வேற கால் ரூபாய்க்கு வந்து நாளைக்கு பதில் சொல்லக்கூடாது. Okay, I have a really bad memory, okay? Oh, wow. What's your name? Manoj. Manogaran. Mithun told, right? Morning, Manogaran, you told? No. Behind Manogaran, you told, right? In the morning. Yes. Yeah, I had memory. Ready? Sorry? Yeah, the column already told answer. Yeah, you mean good. Sorry. Okay, thank you, Manogaran, but column already gone to be written. Nice. This column and that column. எல்லாரும் கேன்சல் தெரியும். எல்லாரும் பிரச்சனை இல்லை. பயப்படாதீங்க. பயத்து போல எலிமினேட் பண்ணுங்க. Great. Ready? Okay. Mission language. See, I'm hearing mission. அப்படின்னு கேக்குதுங்க சார். Don't do that, okay? If you have that, okay, just keep it in your mind, okay? Good man, nice, thank you. And at last, only one column. Children, come on. Now everything is in your hand. Depending on your decision, the class will leave on its time. Please wait, 2 minutes. Let me take my seat, okay? Let them is right. Last column. Last 1 minute to the point. Guys, keep polite, okay? Keep polite to your classmates, okay? Keep on silent. I guess stop. Okay. What is okay? Silence. Say I won't leave, okay? Someone has to stand. No, ready. Someone, first two benches clear. First two benches not here. Hey guys, we should encourage your team, okay? But team is going to take you so yeah. That's what I expect from my students. If one is falling, you should put your hands and then raise them up. The question is true or false. You have to say either false. Guys, keep quiet, okay? False. How you say false? Yes, how you say false? Sorry? It has to match. It's not audible, child. Won't match any machines. Of course, the answer is false. Yes. One machine la panna code and machine ke edutha mudiyadhu. Other machine language la kudiya problem. For every machine we have to rewrite it again. Nice. Now clap pudi. Okay, thank you. You can leave. It's time, right? You can leave.